These are my brown butter chocolate chip cookies. We're gonna go ahead and get started with 1 cup of white sugar and 1 cup of brown sugar. And I went ahead and filmed a separate video on how I made that brown sugar if that's something that you're interested in. I'm also gonna go ahead and add 2 eggs. I'm gonna mix this all together. In that black pot over there, that is going to be 2 sticks of unsalted butter that we turned into brown butter. And there is a separate video on that as well, on how to make brown butter. It's definitely a step that you don't want to skip with these cookies. It adds such a great flavor and a nuttiness, I think. So you're gonna scrape all of that goodness in there, all the little brown bits at the bottom, that's where your flavor is. So make sure you get all of that in there, and you're gonna work and incorporate this together. It's gonna seem like it's not coming together, and then all of a sudden, magically, there it is. Now, I always do this by hand, but feel free to have a stand mixer or just like a hand mixer to make this dough. I don't feel like it's necessary. I feel like it's a little bit of an exercise, and I'm okay with that. So keep working it together, and you'll see it's, the butter just kind of like wants to linger there, but if you work it enough, it will incorporate. Keep mixing, keep mixing, keep mixing. Yeah, you can see it's starting to come together. So I had gone ahead and got my vanilla. I usually use a vanilla that I make, but I was all out, so I used some store-bought stuff. That's supposed to be about a tablespoon, but I just kind of eyeball it. From here, I'm going to add my dry ingredients. The dry ingredients are 2.5 cups plus a tablespoon of flour, give or take. It's a teaspoon of baking soda and a teaspoon of baking powder. And then I just do a pinch of salt. The recipe calls for 3/4 teaspoon, but I feel like that's too much. So you're just going to work to get this incorporated together. Again, if you were using a stand mixer or an electric mixer, it might be a little easier, but I just kind of muscle through. You want to make sure that all of your flour is incorporated so you don't have any chunks of flour in your cookies. So you can add any additives to these that you want. You could add nuts, you could add white chocolate. I actually like to add mini chocolate chips. I get those at Aldi. That's just my favorite. I don't know why I like the mini chocolate chips. I think they're delicious. You're gonna see me add them here. So I do have my oven preheating. It's at 350. And then I like to put the sill pads on top of my cookie sheets. It's just a little bit easier cleanup, and the cookies seem to come off easier. So you're just gonna kind of mix those chocolate chips through. The other thing that I really like to use is an ice cream scoop, and that just helps you get even cookies so that they bake evenly. And I don't know, it's just easier. I'll go ahead and see if I can't find the set of 3 that I bought from Amazon, and I'll put it on my Amazon storefront for you guys. So these do spread out a little bit. So I started out putting 12, and I ended up, you're gonna bake these at 350 for about 18 minutes, but keep an eye on them.